So our right standing, our righteousness, and our relationship is not dependent upon our obedience to the law. But that is what John MacArthur tries to make people believe through this false quote. And I'm going to go ahead and play it again.
Don't be deceived. Are you just talking empty words and you have no real relationship with Christ? If you did, it would show up in obedience, loving, grateful obedience to the law of God. Empty words.
See, covertly, this demonstrates that John MacArthur is trying to establish his own righteousness, his own relationship, his own right standing with Christ through the law, through his own personal obedience, and he's trying to get other people to do it. Paul said about people like him, I testify about them, they have a zeal for God, but not according to knowledge, for they being ignorant of God's righteousness, or seeking to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves to the righteousness of God, for Christ is the end of the law for righteousness to everyone who believes. That everyone who believes in Christ, the law has come to its end for them. But the ones who don't believe that they have a right standing in a relationship with Christ through him and through his life and his work, they will look to themselves and their own personal obedience under the law. And that's why John MacArthur is making this quote. And you have no real relationship with Christ. If you did, it would show up in your obedience, your loving, grateful obedience to the law of God. So what he's saying is, if you really had a right standing with God and you were in relationship with him, it would show up because you're keeping the law. You're trying to keep the law. And this is a person trying to establish a right standing of their own to their own personal obedience to the law and not looking at the one man's obedience by which the many are made righteous.